right, Chicago Now on a Friday. It's 10:07. We're up here. We're ready to.
We're up here.
We're ready to do a good show. And yeah, sorry we're running a little behind.
Man.
I know our watchers sometimes maybe 10 o'clock they're on the dot watching and waiting for us to start.
I know.
But we're
well,
here.
here's the thing. There is so much going on this weekend in the city of Chicago. I mean, between the Square Roots Festival and there's like a house music festival going on the south side, and then you've got the Windy City Smokeout. And I know that's just a few of the things.
Right. You know, weather is a big talker for today and for tomorrow. Right now it's quiet out there, but this afternoon and evening, Natalie, we have the chance for severe storms with all threats possible. And it's unfortunate timing. I know we have so many people in town, as you mentioned, all of these different festivals that are happening in Chicagoland, really. Local fairs are happening too. Between about 3 p.m. and 11 p.m. tonight, that's going to be our best window opportunity for severe storms. All threats are at play though, possible heavy rain, lightning, damaging wind, even tornadoes are possible. So on our app, you can sign up, by the way. If you download the Fox 32 weather app, and if you go in the upper right hand corner, you can sign up for push notifications. So if you have a severe storm in your area, your phone will notify you. And that way, if you're out and about, because I know it's going to be busy.
I know, it's so good to know. And Mike Kaplan was saying something about there's like a warm air mixing with the cool air. There's like a warm, explain that to me.
The spinning, are you talking about with the warm front?
Yeah, yeah.
So we have a warm front moving through, and that's what Kaplan was mentioning on air. He doesn't like to see warm fronts because of the spinning nature of thunderstorms, and that's why we have that potential for tornadoes today.
Okay.
So brief tornadoes are not out of the question, which I know nobody wants to hear that, especially on a Friday. But today, as well as tomorrow, we have the chance for severe storms, and Sunday's looking good. Sunday will be dry, sunny, 80s. So we just got to get there, but just know it could get a little bit dicey later on today. But with all that being said, let's get into this, because I know it's already, 10:09. Okay, so we're kicking things off with some serious style. Chicago's own Harini is here after dancing her way to the top at the Red Bull Dance Your Style qualifier. So much cooler than we are. Then, do you ever feel like you just need to scream?
Sometimes, but I don't know that I would do it. I'm more of like a silent screamer.
Yeah.
You know, like a
suffer in silence.
if you might look over in the newsroom and see me doing that, like.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a Scream Club Chicago. They're going to tell us more about why people are yelling to get their stress out. That's fun. And this is going to be happening at the beach. I guess they have an event at the beach.
And you know who I'm sure it's really fun for are the people who live near the beach. I'm sure they just can't wait for that every week.
Yikes. Okay. Then we're taking you behind the scenes with one of our interns who's giving us an inside look at what it's really like to work at Fox 32, seeing Natalie silently scream at her desk.
Just one of the many quirks that you get to experience here.
Okay, but first we're going to get into what's trending. And Justin Bieber is trending. I had so many questions about if Justin Bieber had a child or not, but I guess he came out with this new album, and in the pictures, you can see a little tiny tot.
I know, super cute. By the way, take a close look at this. He's in what appears to be a barn with a dirty couch and plywood walls and an infant.
Yeah.
Best parenting choice? I don't know. I'm confused about it. And then it's Swag. That's the title, Swag.
Yeah, they don't really go together, do they? But I do love him holding that baby. Because they've been very good about hiding pictures, I feel like, photos of their baby, because I was questioning it. But yeah, okay, so anyways, here's the details. Justin Bieber just dropped a brand new album today. No one saw it coming. Yesterday, people in cities like New York, Atlanta, LA started noticing these black and white billboards with Justin's face on them. And then a few hours later, he drops a full album called Swag. It's his first in 4 years, and fans are already calling it one of his most personal projects, covering topics like fatherhood, marriage, mental health, with tracks like Therapy Session and Forgiveness. A lot of people are comparing this to the personal work of Kendrick Lamar. So this is an interesting topic. When artists get personal with their music, I was listening to a podcast with Theo Vaughn once, and he was talking to what's his name? He's got the tattoos on his face.
Post Malone?
Yes, Post Malone. And about how along his journey of making music, he's adjusted his topics based on what he's going through in his life. And it's always risky to do that because you have, you get these fans when for Justin Bieber, for example, that we're talking about. When he was younger, it was all these sweet songs like baby, baby, baby. And now he's a man and he's got a family. And so like as he's grown and changed his music to be suited for him and his life, is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Should you stay in your lane? What do you think?
I just changed my opinion of it by listening to you. When I first read about this, it's almost like a diary of songs, like listed chronologically, kind of, if you kind of listen to the album chronologically, like as if you're reading a diary. And I don't know, I like to listen to songs that are relatable to me and my life, and that maybe don't go that deep, but I can just take a piece of it and be like, yeah, So at first I was like, this doesn't appeal to me, but the popularity of Taylor Swift, and isn't that what she's done? I mean, she has some really meaningful lyrics. I mean, the poetry of those lyrics is incredible. Maybe Justin Bieber is the same way. I don't know because I haven't listened to any of the songs. I think that's part of the appeal of Taylor Swift is just the poetic nature of her songs. But they also are a diary of sorts. So I don't know. I'd give it a try.
Yeah, I think so too. And also with what I said, taking that with a grain of salt, because people who liked Justin Bieber back in the day when he was Tiny Tot were also Tiny Tots. So we've all grown to, alongside Justin Bieber. So maybe his fan base may be right in line with this new music.
I also don't know that his problems are my problems. That's the other thing. Like, I don't know
if he can, relate to.
Yeah.
Becoming a parent, though, I do feel like that affects everybody on some levels the same.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe this is a new version of Justin that we've never seen before.
Okay, well, check it out because I guess it's out. And are there 21 tracks? I think that's what I read.
But
there's
it's
20
called
something.
Swag.
Okay.
So if you want to look it up. Do you want to run us through 7-Eleven Day?
Yes, because I have a few thoughts about this that are going to take us off on a tangent, so get ready for the ride.
My favorite.
Today is July 11th, 7-Eleven, famous Slurpee Day. So they've got a lot of specials at 7-Eleven for these Slurpees. Flavors include, if you haven't been lately, I actually just went the other day because the snow cone place was closed, so we had to go to get olive something, and that something happened to be a slushie.
Yeah.
So blue raspberry cherry, a limited edition Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl, which is a pineapple berry flavor.
Delicious.
Sounds amazing. And I think this is like what? Oh, free small Slurpees. It used to be though, couldn't you bring like whatever bucket you had and you could fill with the Slurpee stuff? Yeah, on Slurpee
I remember
Day.
that. Yes. And people would bring buckets in with them.
Now, my thoughts on this have changed, Caitlin, as I read about what is in our food exactly and the artificial coloring.
Yeah.
Okay, so I find this article. I'm not kidding.
She's putting the cards down, you guys.
Here we go. Get ready. Is this not terrifying to you?
Okay.
Okay, so, and this is just informational, okay? I'm not one of those people that's like, don't do this, don't do that. You make your own choices. But here's the thing. These slushies, they have, or the Slurpees, some kind of scary stuff in them. In fact, many of the ingredients are banned in other parts of the world. One, namingly, I got to find this one. There's this one particular
the red dye
ingredient. It's not a dye, actually. It's this type, this thing that allows the slushie to stay cold and keep it from freezing together.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a chemical that I think is in the flavoring. It's not necessarily a dye, but it keeps it from completely turning rock hard.
Yeah. Sure.
And keeps it cold. And
antifreeze.
Antifreeze, and it has caused some really serious cases in the United Kingdom. Like there was one child that lost consciousness, showed signs of low sugar, high acidity. 4 kids needed brain scans. 1 kid had a seizure just by consuming foods that had this in it. Now, of course, those children had sensitivities to that particular product that their parents were unaware of.
Right.
So that's not like a typical reaction. But I guess it just got me thinking, like, the slushie is so fun, go enjoy yourself, but at the same time, just eyes wide open on the types of things that might be in there. And that could slushies be banned in the future? I don't know.
Isn't it frustrating, especially now?
Or Slurpees, sorry, I keep saying slushies.
I guess just for everybody, right? For everybody, it's frustrating. I was gonna say as a parent, but really it's frustrating for everyone. Why do we have to put these unhealthy ingredients, these poisons into our food? Like the red dye that I mentioned earlier. Why do we need the Fruit Loops to be these bright colors? We don't need that. And I think I know that if they did a survey, or maybe we could vote on what we put into our food, I think we would all choose to have less attractive looking food, but more healthy options. I don't understand why, well, I mentioned kids, especially because a lot of the food focused for kids are the bright colored foods that have all of these unhealthy ingredients. But I mean, this is the tale as old as time.
It is, and I wouldn't have a problem with it if those things weren't banned in other countries. Like, let's all get together and if someone's already done the research and said this probably isn't good,
right?
Why is it so hard for us to jump on that bandwagon?
Exactly.
I mean, it's bureaucratic red tape, people getting money. I don't know, but it's very disturbing.
And then when you do want the healthy options, which they have, for example, I went on the Fruit Loops thing. They've got healthy cereals, but they're so expensive. You can't afford it. It's so crazy.
Well, maybe once it becomes more mainstream, like I know California has banned certain things. If they could offer what they offer in the United Kingdom, for example, here in mass production, maybe the price would come down.
Maybe.
I don't know, but that's a topic that we could probably talk an entire hour on.
7-Eleven day. I did go get a Slurpee for the first time with my kids a couple weeks back, and it was the sweetest situation, Natalie, because I went to this Subway that was in the gas station, and I was alone with all 3 kids. So we went inside. I'm trucking with the baby and the girls, and we go get the Subway, and then we go over to the Slurpee machine because Birdie saw the Slurpee and she's like, I want to try this. But I had left my wallet in the car because I was picking up the Subway. So I ordered it online. I was just picking it up. But the girls really wanted these Slurpees. So this nice woman that was in the gas station said, what do they want? I'll buy it for them. I was like, no. Because I wasn't gonna go out to the car, get my wallet, go back inside, get the Slurpees, and then buy it was too much. But anyway, so she insisted, and it was very sweet. I ended up making a huge mess because I was trying to do it one-handed, like, Birdie gave me her Slurpee, and I'm trying to put the cap on, and I slipped, and it spilled everywhere. And then she helped me clean it up.
That was so kind.
Angel.
Yeah.
And she's like, I've been there. Let me buy these $1 Slurpees for you. And I was like, oh, you're
That's so kind.
So that was my last experience with a Slurpee.
Okay, it was a positive one.
It was.
We'll end on that note.
We'll be right back. Was this the Red Bull Dance Your Style?
Yep.
Okay. So much cooler than me and Natalie. All right, let's get into this. So
speak for yourself, sister.
You're pretty cool.
This is Harini. She is obviously a very good dancer, qualified, I would say, athlete. Back in June, the all-style street dance competition, the Red Bull Dance Your Style, held a qualifier event here in Chicago. And the winner of that was Harini, who now heads regionals. You're going to regionals in Kansas City on July 26th, and hopefully after that to the world final in LA. My goodness.
So tell us, I loved how you were describing what was happening in the video while we were watching it. So explain to our viewers what was going on there.
So Red Bull Dance Your Style is, you could say, boxing match for dancers.
Okay.
So it's basically a dance battle where different dancers from all across the United States, the world, come in and then show our own style of dance in like the most raw manner possible, which is the DJ just throws on a track and we have to adapt to it and freestyle to it. We have 60 seconds to show our stuff, and then it's like a question, answer, and the audience votes whether they like the red side or the blue side. So it's very much all about the showmanship and then showing your own personal like style of dance, and then just seeing how it measures up to someone else's completely different style of dance or the same.
So let's hear about your background. Are you from Chicago? How did you learn to dance?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, go ahead.
I love the city. I lived here since 2016, so I did my bachelor's here and my master's. Did high school and then grew up in Indianapolis. And I'm here now, but I've been dancing since I was 4.
Oh.
So my mom, she alleges that she threw on a beat and then baby me was just moving to said beat on rhythm. So they put me in dance classes, and I started with Bharatanatyam, a South Indian classical dance style, and stick to my roots. That's my main style, and then I fuse them with whacking, hip hop, and now Afrobeat. So whatever I'm training in, and you just saw some Chicago footwork, I've been training in it recently. So I've been trying to put together like a melting pot of styles, kind of like how our life is here in America. So it's like a melting pot of styles to reflect that.
That is so cool. I mean, you are a true artist. You are. And
thank you, that means a lot.
I don't know how you do it, because I was asking you, because now, I may not know this. I have a little bit of dance background. I was on the Pom Squad at my high school.
Okay.
Now, granted, there were only 300 people at my high school, so there weren't a lot of people to choose from to be on said dance team. But I mean, you do the 5, 6, 7, 8, the routines, but you were not doing a routine. I mean, this is like off the top of your head. That is crazy.
So when we do that, we have to respond to the music, right? So the music tells you exactly how to dance. That's how I see it. That's how my
you
rounds
interpret
went.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So when in that round they played the Percolator, I was so happy. DJ Cash Hour dropped like the most Chicago of all tracks in my first round of the battles. So I knew I had to hit the Percolator and then give us, a taste of Chicago footwork, because my opponent, Dream, and he was from Memphis. So his style, the way he moved to this song was also so interesting, and he has ankles made of jelly. But I knew I had to answer with something that the city knew and where we're from. 'Cause I'm in Chicago. I'm a Chicago dancer. I'm representing Chicago. So.
Wow. So how did that feel being up there on stage? Do you know what the music's going to be right before you go on, or as you're starting to move, they play the music? So what's going through your mind? Were your nerves going crazy? Was your stomach butterflies?
That part, all of that part. When I went up there, it's deafening because all of the audience is just here for you.
Wow.
So
I would panic. I would freeze. That would be my dance. Freeze.
No, it's more like I tried to get the energy from the audience because they're like, yeah, screaming, even if they don't know you or they do know you. In my case, I saw all of my friends front row, so pretend this is the stage. They're sitting right there, so I'm like, okay, my friends are here. I got some of that. But I don't know what music they're gonna play ever. So yeah, we had some really cool personalities there.
What a great opportunity. So I gotta ask, because I do love dance, and I would like to take like maybe an adult dance class. How do you balance the two? Because you said you got your master's. What was it in? Was it in dance? I mean, you probably have a 9-to-5 job on top of this.
So I'm blessed to be a full-time dancer now, but my 9-to-5 is at Kalapriya Center for the Indian Performing Arts. So I dance in the morning, I dance at night.
Okay.
But my master's was in Museum and Exhibition Studies at UIC. I studied different histories of display and then bodies of display, so different ways of showing art and entertainment, especially museum culture. So my academic journey and my dance journey have always been kind of close at hand because I always wanted to be a dancer. So it'd be like, Mom, I'm going to be a dancer and astronaut, dancer and paleontologist, dancer and trampoline artist, something like that. But it was never dancer or, it was always dancer and. So for me, the balance is knowing that I always have this, but like any athlete, I need to take some rest days and make sure that I'm not overdoing it.
Yeah.
Make sure that I'm not putting too much stock into just one thing and overthinking everything. Otherwise, it's my body that I'm using to communicate, right?
Yeah.
If this breaks down, then I can't really do that. So I need to make sure that I'm always thinking about how to heal after I go perform in crazy situations like this.
Do you feel like with social media these days, it's more competitive? Or do you find that social media helps you by like seeing the ways that different people dance across the world now? Because it's so easily accessible. Is it making you better, or is it making it more just difficult to compete?
It is, I would say, a double-edged sword. I always get inspiration from other dancers. Like, I don't have access to just fly out to Japan and see this cool dancer, right? Imagine if we could do that. But at the same time, it's very easy to get into the comparative mindset.
Right,
like the competitiveness because, oh, they're doing this, they're the same age as me, or they're younger than me and they're doing so much better, what am I doing? It's very easy to get into this feedback loop of negativity if we don't remember to check out and think that they're also human, they're going through pretty much the same or different experiences, you don't know this. But as dancers, the first thing we look at is this movement quality. It's like, this is so cool, I would love to learn, or let's see if I can do that, how can I answer it? So that's generally how most of my peers and I approach the situation, especially social media is so fast, right? One day it's trending, the next day it's not, or it's so quick to consume and you can capitalize on it or you don't. Sometimes it can really start a discourse, or sometimes it can bring people together. So knowing that it's really quick, but it's also real-time people's thoughts, emotions, and everything, you just need to remember to take a step back and then not let it become this comparative, like all-consuming experience.
Sure.
Right? Especially because I'm not the only dancer. I've got many people. Oh,
that is
I uploaded
awesome.
that 2 days ago.
I love that. That's great. I'm glad we could show it. So explain then what this experience is going to be like at the end of this month, and how can we support you?
This experience, I hope I get to win this. I'm trying to go
How
win
many
the whole
people
thing.
are you going to be competing against?
I think the bracket is 15 to 20 people. I may be incorrect on that, but I know the top 8 from the Chicago City qualifiers are coming with me to Kansas. So I get to redo like a round 2 rematches with some of my friends I met on the dance floor. And from regionals goes to San Francisco, which is nationals, and then world finals is in LA.
How cool!
So LA has the world finals. It's coming home now.
Yes.
So that's going to be interesting. And to support, you can always find me on socials, but for Red Bull Dance, just redbulldance.com, and Red Bull Dance on Instagram is the best way.
How did you, okay, so the Red Bull, okay, so this was their event, the Red Bull Dance.
Red Bull Dance is the host of Red Bull Dance Your Style. So Red Bull USA is like the larger conglomerate, and then the Red Bull Dance is that all things dance. So that's where we get to connect with different dancers from like France, Germany, India, Japan, China, everyone.
What a great experience that would be.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so fun?
How did you qualify? How did you get on the competition?
So they have open qualifiers in different cities. Chicago had an open qualifier around, I'm going to say March. Yeah, March. And then on a whim, I told myself, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. I applied. You send your name in through an application.
Okay.
Then they have Cypher style prelims round. Prelim rounds are basically when the judges see who they want to send through to the battles. So Cypher style is just you're going there, showing your thing for like 30 seconds. You get these stickers. Once you amass 3 stickers, you go through. Then you battle the top 16. Once you battle the top 16, they pick top 5. And after top 5 was the city qualifiers, which I won.
Yes, it's very American Idol.
Yeah,
I love
very
it
much.
so much.
Very much so. In this case, I don't think you'd want to hear some of us sing.
Okay, well, for comparison's sake.
Yeah.
Harini, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming in. Best of luck to you. Please keep us posted on how you do.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You'll find out on social media. I'm going to be documenting the whole journey. But thank you so
exciting.
much for having me.
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll be right back. Coming up, we're talking about Scream Club Chicago.
Welcome back to Chicago Now. Okay, Scream Club shy. That's all I have to say. Apparently, there is a way to get out your feelings right along the lakefront, which typically you think, Caitlin, is a very serene kind of atmosphere vibe there.
Yeah.
But you can scream your heart out, and we've got the man behind it all, Manny Hernandez, is going to join us here. They meet every Sunday at 7 p.m. He invites anybody who wants to come out. They head to North Avenue Beach, and they scream.
Yep, they do. Manny, are you there? There you are. There he is. Hey, Manny, how's it going? Oh, I think you're muted.
I feel like the juxtaposition, like it's a scream club, but we can't hear Manny. No, still can't.
Can't hear ya. Well, let's talk a little bit while they try to figure out the technical difficulties back there.
I just feel like this is so...
Scream Club, what I'm going to ask him is, did he have to get this approved by the city? Because you could imagine screaming at the beach, specifically in Chicago, could raise some alarms.
It could, yes, totally, Caitlin.
Like something's not right at the beach.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
I wonder if they have to scream into a towel.
Which is even crazier.
You guys hear me now?
Oh, yes, Manny.
Okay.
Okay, so Caitlin's got a question for you.
Can you hear me?
Shoot.
Okay. So we're picturing your Scream Club screaming at 7 o'clock at night on a beach in Chicago. My question is, did you have to get permission from the city to do your Scream Club there? Because I could imagine a bunch of people screaming on the beach in Chicago at 7 p.m. could raise some alarms for people. Maybe.
Right, and I think that's something that I thought about when I first started this was I don't want to alarm anyone or scare anyone. So, you know, the way it started is I was just walking down by the lake with my girlfriend. We had a rough week, and I just said, "Do you want to go scream into the lake?" And she's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So we were walking by North Avenue Pier Beach, or the beach, and then there's like a little pier that goes out into the water, and it's windy. So I figured, let's go out onto the pier as far as we can, and then scream, and then hopefully nobody can hear us. And that's kind of how, that's where I do it now, so that it doesn't really disturb anyone on the beach or people walking around.
Okay, but Manny,
I thought he was going to say that they went underwater. I was like, oh, you went underwater and screamed. That would make sense. Okay, so you went out on the pier.
Okay.
Got it.
So Manny, how many people join you every Sunday at 7 p.m. to do this?
So this is pretty new. We've only been doing it for 3 weeks. Every week is about 6 to 7 people who have showed up. But the last video that I did, or the last Scream video that I posted online, went, I would say, minimally viral. It got like 29,000 views, and everyone's like, yeah, I want to join. So I'm hoping that it becomes a bigger thing.
Yeah.
And it's just a way for people just to be able to, let go of the stresses of the week and scream into the lake and hopefully start the week fresh.
So you have a lot of pent-up energy, I'm guessing, before you let this scream out. Can you describe what it feels like to scream as loud as you can, and then afterwards? Yeah,
so just to give you a quick backstory, I'm a breathwork practitioner, and that's, we breathe in class and then we scream in class. And when I do that, I think that's when a lot of people have this cathartic experience by doing the scream. And so I was like, well, why don't I try to make this a more public thing and just give people the opportunity and the chance to, or give them permission rather, to just scream. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of how it started, and that's where it came from. And I think screaming really, there's not a lot of science that says that it's beneficial for you in a lot of states, so I don't want to give false information. But there is a lot, for me personally, to release and scream whatever is going on in the week. It does give you this cathartic feeling. It does give you the sense of release. It does release some stress for a lot of people. There is this mixed evidence where, unmanaged anger can backfire. So I don't want to tell anyone to just go over there and do it. But I feel like if you know that this is something that you need, meet us at the pier. Let's scream together. I think it's a safe space to do so.
I was looking at your Instagram, and you said, let's scream together and then grab some food, which is so fun. And there is, misery loves company. And so maybe it's not just the Scream Manny, but also knowing there are other people out there going through a tough time. And what a great way to find a friend to help you through.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's also a community builder, right? And I think that if people don't really have a lot of friends or a way to release this anger and release the stress, or just be able to do it with other people, again, it gives them permission to do so. And so every time I do a scream, I tell them like, hey, as this grows, there's going to be some hangs afterwards. Maybe we'll scream and then get some ice cream afterwards. I don't know. So
Scream.
Yeah.
What if there's somebody who's watching who thinks this sounds like something that I could really benefit from, but I'm shy, I'm embarrassed, I don't want to scream in front of other people?
Right. So I tell people, if you want to show up and just watch, or if you just want to show up and let out the smallest scream, whether it's a ah or a bigger scream, just come, right? And I think that the last scream that I had, there was a gentleman who was there who's been hearing about it for a few weeks, didn't really know or what to expect from it, very shy at first, but then once we had that scream, he was just like, I'm so glad that I did this. This was awesome.
Do you guys do it all at one time? Like go 3, 2, 1? Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a little ritual, right? I incorporate some of my breath work stuff. I do a few breaths just to kind of calm the nervous system down. I have everyone write down what they want to let go of on this biodegradable paper that dissolves in water. So we write down whatever stresses we have from the week. We do the breath, we throw it into the water, and then we do the scream.
I love, Manny, you are doing a public service. I mean, this is really great.
Yeah.
When I first heard of it, I was skeptical, but now that you've explained the whole thing, I mean, I feel like we need more of this. Why can't we do? Mayor Johnson, do you hear this man? Scream Club Shy. I think we all need to do this together. I really, really love it. And it again, I'm going to give people the information. Sunday at 7 p.m., meet Manny and his friends at North Avenue Beach. How can they find you, and is it free for people to participate?
Yeah, so you can just go to the Scream Club Chai Instagram. So it's Scream Club CHI. All the information is there, where to meet, safety protocols, all that stuff is there. And we meet at 7 p.m. at North Avenue Beach Pier.
If they want to talk to you about breath work, you said you mentioned that's what you do. Is that your job? Can people visit you for that outside of the Scream Club?
Yeah, so I did it a lot. I just moved here from Los Angeles.
Okay, welcome.
And so now, thank you so much. Now I'm here. It's moved in the dead of winter, so that was fun.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of these classes in LA. I'm a CrossFit coach as well, so I used to do them at gyms.
Okay.
I figured, hey, we're working out our bodies. Why don't we ever work out our minds?
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to, visit local gyms here and try to get this at specific gyms to do it.
Okay.
I've done a few so far, so I am going to be doing more breathwork classes. If I do them, I'll post them on the page.
Beautiful.
And I'm also like a men's transformational coach. So if there's any guys out there that want to become a little bit more emotionally intelligent or emotionally, aware, hit me up.
All right.
I love that. My husband might be sending you a message there, Manny.
Natalie will be on.
Okay, so hit Manny up on @ScreamClubShy. You've provided so much great information, Manny. Good luck to you. And you can come right back to the show, because Caitlin and I oftentimes, especially on a Friday, need a little breath work to kind of process.
Awesome. We could do it in person.
The week.
Yeah, we do them in person. I do them on Zoom, whatever you guys want.
All right. Thanks, Manny.
Have a great weekend.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay, so coming up, we're going to be talking with our intern, or maybe she just made us a video. Serena made us a video of what it's like.
No, I think she's going to come in. I think she's going to talk to us. I think so, yeah.
Oh, she's coming on to talk about what it's like to really work in our office. I think she's going to take the veil off. Give us some
I'm a
dirt.
little worried.
I'm excited. We'll be right back. All right, 10:46. If you've ever wondered what it's like behind the scenes here at Fox 32 Chicago, our next guest, Serena, is one of our amazing interns, and she's been documenting her experience.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. She made a fun new video series called A Day in the Life, so let's take a look.
Come along with me for a productive day in my life as a news intern at Fox Chicago. So I'll get to the station around 8 a.m. and I'll get right to work finishing up prep for our digital show, ChicagoNOW. We usually wait until the morning of to add our What's Trending segment, so I'll go ahead and complete that, as well as make sure our anchors have all the notes they need for any upcoming interviews. On today's show, we were talking about how the Shed Aquarium is inviting the public to vote on the name of their newest sea otter, so I sent over some pictures to our producer Delaney to include in the segment. Then I'll go ahead and put together Anthony and Caitlin's cue cards for the day, which include timestamps for all of our segments, so we stay on track throughout the show. Around 9 o'clock, I'll head to Studio 32, where we filmed the show. And this morning, I caught up with our digital reporter, Justine, who was on the show to give us a rundown of what's trending.
Today, I'm talking Monica and Brandy's tour today. They are done arguing over the Boy Is Mine tour. Then I'm talking about the Wicker Park Spelling Bee. I know you've seen it all over TikTok. It's like 64,000 likes so far already. It's going to be tonight. And then, of course, this weekend, there is the Lincoln Park Zoo Craft Brew Night. You probably want to be there because I know I do.
Our executive producer, Jenna, counts us down to the start of the show.
3, 2.
And we're off. I had a chance to catch up with our amazing stage handler and caffeine connoisseur, Emma, who shared with us their Dunkin' order.
Caramel, cold foam, cold. 3 pumps of caramel, cold foam, and then cinnamon sugar.
For anyone wondering. And of course, these are our amazing anchors, Caitlin and Anthony.
Chicago Now has Anthony Ponce for a whole hour.
On the traditional airwaves, we get like 3.5 minutes to talk to our guests. We get to let things breathe on this show and actually really dive in.
I completely forgot to film, but we had a little celebratory pizza party for the digital team, and then afterwards I got right to work booking guests for the rest of the week. You know I had to take my little vitamin D break. We have such a nice view from the second floor, and then I headed to our newsroom to attend a legal seminar all about the ethics behind journalism. That took me to the end of the day, which was perfect because by then I was starving since I was rushing out the door in the morning and didn't have time to pack food. Now, before anyone says anything, yes, I know buying pre-cut fruit is overpriced and a scam, but it gets me through the day, so I headed to Mariano's to get my watermelon and mango fix. Afterwards, I got a quick workout in, and then I spent the rest of the night hanging out on the Riverwalk with some friends. It was super hot out, so we stopped at a CVS to grab some waters, and then I waited with them for their bus before heading home to get some rest to do the whole thing again tomorrow. And that's a day in my life.
Oh, look how cute you are! You are ready for this job.
Fingers crossed.
Yes.
You can't leave.
Please, you can't get rid of me.
I would say the only thing you need to come in with me, okay? You need to get up at 2:30 a.m.
We're going to the zoo, Brookfield Zoo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then, we start at 4, because I think that's the hardest thing about this business is the crazy hours, because you're either super early morning or late at night.
Well, you're Caitlin, and I get the best shift. 6 to 2.
It's still early.
Yeah, that's still early, 6 to 2.
You think?
I'm not a morning person, so coming in at 8 a.m., 7 a.m. is still
Okay. Yeah, maybe you're right. I think I'm used to that morning shift, so not being on it and being 6 to 2 is
And
fabulous.
it's like, I think too, when you're younger, people think, oh, I'll choose what shift I want. Not the case. And you might start out doing one shift, and then
the next day
you're on a different shift.
We're shifting you to the exact opposite side. What have you learned? What is your takeaway from this experience?
I think that I learned there are so many moving parts to a newsroom that you don't even see.
Yeah.
Because this is my 3rd summer, when I first started and I was on the assignment desk a lot, I didn't even know the assignment desk existed. I didn't know that was a job in college. And so there are so many parts behind the scenes that you have no clue that exist. Mm-hmm. And I think so many people are just, you see news and it's I want to be on air. And that's initially what I thought too. And now helping out in Chicago Now, this has been amazing with Delaney and Jenna. And I'm I love the production side behind it. And this is something that interests me too. So, yeah.
Do you think that has shifted what you want to do next? So now you don't want to be...
I mean, I'm not, I don't not want to be, but I love the production side and being behind the scenes. That's definitely what interests me more, I think.
Yeah. I think being a jack of all trades is a good way to go, whether it's broadcast or any other career.
Yeah. Right.
Because that just makes you more marketable. If you know how to do every job, I think that's a good way to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And with MMJs now, if you want to be on air, you need to know how to shoot, edit, everything yourself. So
was there anything that surprised you? I know you just said that there's lots that you've seen that you didn't know what it was like before you came here, but what was the most shocking? Like, oh, I didn't think it was gonna be like that.
I guess you don't realize how chaotic it can get behind the scenes when you're just watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Especially with breaking news, because I used to be like downstairs in the newsroom a lot more. And I remember we were in like a 2 p.m. editorial meeting when J.D. Vance was selected for like the VP nominee. And all of a sudden, like everyone is just running around. I'm at the assignment desk researching everything I can about him. We have like 2 minutes till Terrence is like gonna go live and break this news, and I'm just trying to get to him, and I'm running to the studio putting papers on the anchor desk.
Oh my goodness!
Like, you don't realize how it looks so, like, obviously TV looks very polished, but behind the scenes when it's breaking news, you gotta move.
Right.
But it's a team effort, as you pointed out. You know, it's not any one person that gets the show on. It's a team effort collectively that makes sure that the information is all there and that it's accurate.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Did you guys know you wanted to be on air always?
No.
Yes.
You're fit for it.
Thank you. I don't know, like I knew in middle school.
You did?
Oh yes. I used to love watching the Today Show with Katie Couric, and I watched the local news all the time, and I loved it. I loved telling stories and helping people. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a public servant in some way.
You did, like your dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I do you think that I say kids, you're not a child, you are a young woman. But do you think that college students who are in journalism view it as I'm a public servant, or is it more lights, camera, action kind of thing?
I would say a mix of both. When you said that, that kind of caught my eye too. I think it's more like, I guess, a public servant, because you have a duty to educate the public and keep them informed with what's going on. But I think that often can get masked behind just seeing the lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
So it's easy to forget that that's your role, essentially.
If there is a college student who watches this, do you have any advice for them?
I would say don't put all your eggs in one basket, and like if you want to be on air, that's great, but make sure you learn everything. I remember, because we have orientations before we start our internship, and I'll never forget this, Anita Blanton, she was like, the best way you can do your job, regardless of what it is in the newsroom, is make sure you know how everyone else does their job, and that'll allow you to do your job better. So like, if you're a reporter, you need to know how the producers do their job, how the photogs do their job, and that ultimately makes you better at your job. And that stuck with me when she said that, and I think it's so true. So regardless of what you end up doing, like you said, be a jack of all trades. I think that's important.
Yeah. You probably know more than I do about a lot of things.
I'm trying.
Really, yeah. You're right, because like sitting at answering phones, deciding what's going to be put on air, shouting out like the breaking news, all of that. It's kind of like you get in your lane sometimes, and that would be eye-opening. I bet I could learn a lot. We should do that. We should do rounds, like with the producers and stuff. Wouldn't that be fun?
Have to switch. You guys produce,
like
and
bring your anchor to work.
Oh
here.
man,
we'll sit here and you guys can produce ChicagoNOW.
Yeah. Man, so your passion, has it grown since you've been here? I guess you can't really be like, no.
No, but honestly, I think it has. I think it has for sure.
Yeah. So you're still sure that this is what you want to do, or has it kind of broadened maybe your horizons? Maybe there's something else out there that you would want to do after this.
As like the most indecisive person in the world, this has, which is crazy to say, this internship makes me solidify even more. Like, this is what I want to do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But like I said, when I'm now more interested in production, I don't know how you guys are like truly yourselves, like in front of the camera and behind the camera. And I feel like it looks so easy. This is my first time ever sitting up here, guys. Like, how do you just like...
You're doing a great job.
You're just like, you guys are so natural in front of the camera. I don't know.
We've done it forever. We're ancient.
Yeah.
What was your first time like in front of this like camera?
Oh, goodness gracious. I remember at my first job, I was filling in for the chief one night doing the weather, and I had so much anxiety. I was basically hyperventilating. Like, I was just trying to get
Did you have
through
a paper bag? Please tell me you had a paper bag.
I needed it.
On the airplanes that you were...
I literally walked out in the hallway and like composed myself. I was panicking. And then just over time, it's like riding a bike.
Experience.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like I get too comfortable, actually.
Don't disagree with that.
Oh, we got to wrap it up on that note.
Please wrap it up. What's she going to say next?
I love this.
Has been the best. And thank you for
thanks,
that
Serena.
little video. That was
Of course,
wonderful.
of course.
Everyone follow her on socials. What's your social media account?
I think Delaney made a little, right there.
There we
Serena
go.
Tucker TV.
Oh,
Thanks,
perfect.
Serena.
Of course.
Okay, well, coming up, we get cookies. We're rating the cookies that Jenna made behind scenes. Jenna, you're going to be on for this, right? No. All right, we'll be right back. We're back, and Jenna made us, our producer, she made some amazing cookies with, Natalie already ate hers because it was so good.
Sorry.
The right combo of butter and chocolate and just a little crispy brown on the bottom. Jenna, where are you? Tell us the details.
So we're apparently, I don't know why I'm not invited back every Friday for this, but we're doing like a, okay.
Those are so good.
Say less. So we're doing like a cookie competition.
Yes.
And this is the chocolate chip
This
that you've
is the
made.
chocolate chip
We're
one.
doing a cookie competition.
Every Friday.
Your
I'm making new
every
cookies every Friday. This was actually Jake, shout out in engineering, his idea. I was like, I want to make cookies every Friday. He said, let's make a different one.
What a kind of person
I know.
you are.
Are these
Well,
like
no,
a
I'm
special
excited.
recipe?
No. Pinterest.
What's
kidding.
in them? What's in them?
Literally, I can't tell you. I'll have to kill you.
Flour, sugar.
Now I am concerned that I ate the cookies so quickly.
Right.
Flour, sugar, salt, baking
Laced
powder, love.
Laced with
Laced
love.
with love. Oh, it's 11. I gotta go shut off the show.
Oh,
Okay.
love you. All right, we've got more Chicago Now.
Monday.